Yes, sir. Ski. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What is going on out there in YouTube land? What's going on? Let's get right into it. We ain't got time to waste the day. Got a lot to get into today. Yeah, me. Let me set this up over here. Let me set this up right quick. Oh man, in fact, make sure y'all grab your financial freedom journal too. No shortcuts, no excuses, just progress. You already know what time it is, man. You already know what time it is, man. We ain't doing too much. We ain't doing too much tripping. Not too much, just a little bit. Take a little puffy puff and we in there. See, when you live, you get the real. I don't be blowing when I post the regular videos up. Welcome back to another episode of Financial Fridays with your boy Buck Bandit P here on the Financial Corner, where we talk about investing for average everyday people so we can go out here and get this money. But you already know the motto, man. There's no shortcuts, no excuses, just progress. And speaking of no shortcuts, no excuses, just progress. Make sure you grab your financial freedom journal. You already know what time it is, man, because you gotta keep track of all the info that you put, and then you gotta keep track of your IP, your intellectual property. How you gonna have generational wealth and you can't even lead a plan for the people that come after you so they can read it. You know what I mean? What he say? Write the vision and make it plain. Listen, man, y'all better listen up, man. There's some good jewels in that good book. Say write the vision and make it plain. How else you gonna write the vision? You need a notepad. Copy your financial freedom journal. You know what I mean? Cop that joint today at the Buck Bandit shop. You already know. But before we get started, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to get your free share of Robinhood, your free stock, make sure you click the link down below. When you open up your account, you get a free share. Also, you want your free $100 with Allah. When you open up your high yield savings account, click the link down below. Get $100 just for saving some bread. You hear me? Without further ado, let's get into what's going on in the markets. Crazy, right? Remember how I said if y'all was if you ain't invest, you probably missed the bottom. Yo, it's looking like that more than ever. So let's get right into it. But don't be fooled into the market can't pull back because it can pull back, and there's a lot of reasons why it can. But let's get into what happened this week. All right. So the stock market just hit all-time highs this week. The S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and the Dow crossed over 40,000? No, 50,000, I think. So yo, it is a major time right now in the market. All the major indices is pushing up, and it's looking like it ain't no slowdown coming. No, at least not this year. So let's get into it. The major moves that happened, the major thing that everybody talking about this week is that China summit. And the talks is over. It was a 3 day summit for those not in the know. Basically, Trump and all of the big boys in the American companies went to China to basically sell America. Shout out to Meet Kevin, because that was the way he said. Like they basically went over there trying to push their businesses so they could start integrating China again. Remember all this talk how Trump was saying we want American business, American more. Like, but now they over in China trying to get deals. Ain't that funny? So make sure y'all pay attention to what they do. Don't pay attention to what they say. But anyway, they over there trying to sell America, trying to make sure China can be in bed, trying to make sure America can be in bed with China again, because it does a couple things, right? It makes sure China still patronizes us, meaning they still buy stuff from us to import and export. That's a major thing with China, with in the US. And also what Trump is trying to do, he's trying to get some relief from this Iran situation, the Strait of Hormuz, because China actually is in bed with Iran. You know what I mean? So if he could get in good with China, then they could help him out with the Strait of Hormuz. But from the looks of it, that didn't happen. China was like, "Nigga, get out of here. Listen, that's between y'all. We ain't got nothing to do with that." Which I get. You know what I mean? Xi Jinping, he's a great example of how to play chess. He playing 4D chess right now with Trump, and Trump looking crazy right now because all that stuff, that big boasting and all that stuff he was talking about, he's slowly but surely walking all of that stuff back. So let's get right into why did it happen. Hello, what's up, what's up? So let's get into why did it happen. Damn, thumbs down. Damn, that's messed up. Sajid Hassan, can give me a thumbs down. Damn, bro. Maybe I'll get a little better. Stick around. All right. So why did all that happen? We finally got that cool inflation. Remember that last week? What I said? What to look out for? That CPI and inflation and all that data. Well, the data is in. So let's run through it. Everyone was waiting for it. So the consumer price index showed that inflation is finally starting to cool down. And what does that mean? How I keep saying, I keep running it back. So y'all should know the stuff by now because I've been repeating and repeating it just so you can understand what's going on. So inflation came in cooler than expected. And when inflation cools, people start betting what? The Fed will cut the damn rates. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on in the market. That's why you still see stocks jumping and all that. It might feel like the economy is not growing and all that. But however, these companies are reporting record-breaking earnings. If you look at the GDP is growing, even though it's a small sector dragging the whole market. But from the numbers, GDP is still growing and inflation is cooling. So what do that mean? That means that it's going to be cheaper for companies to borrow this money. And what do I always tell y'all? When the money get cheap to borrow, what is that going to do to the stock market? It's going to push the market up because money keep to borrow. So now I'm gonna borrow this money and I'm gonna put it in the market. I'm gonna get my returns, pay them back, and then bada bing, bada boom. That's how I make my money. That's what the big companies do. So that's why you see the market having a little bump this week, okay? And also like I said, when the risk is on, people is moving heavy into equities and they moving into the market. So the thing to watch out for next week, we have to look at the big dog. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Nvidia. I'm talking about the head honcho in the market. Nvidia moves the market. Nvidia is like the bouncer at the like ain't nobody getting in or out without Nvidia right now. Nvidia is the key to everything right now. And if you don't understand why, just do your research. But I'll give you a quick, simple explanation. It's because everybody is invested in Nvidia, and Nvidia is invested in everybody. That's why Nvidia is such a powerful indicator of what the market is going to do, and they're a powerful market mover. All right. So next week, Nvidia has earnings, May 20th. Watch out for this date, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not just on here talking just to talk. May 20th is a major date. I'm giving every week, I'm telling y'all what happened and I'm telling y'all what to watch out for so you know how to position yourself. Okay. So, what is May 20th? May 20th, the big dog, Nvidia reports their earnings. Okay. And why is this important? Nvidia earnings will not only move their stock, Nvidia earnings will move the market. Mark my words when I'm saying this. This is not rocket science. I've been invested for a while. I've seen this happen a bunch of times already. Nvidia earnings will move not only the stock, it will move the market, whether it go up or down. And ironically, even though Nvidia has phenomenal earnings, most of the time, like at least for the last couple years, every time they report these phenomenal earnings, the stock falls because it's already priced in. Right now, you see Nvidia at what? It just hit all time high, like 237 is 230 something like. It might have got up to like 242. It's priced in right now. That next week is priced in right now. So don't go in like, Nvidia stock about to pop because they're going to knock their earnings out the park. No, my man, they're going. I'm telling you what. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. This is just my opinion. This is not a fact, nothing. So take it with a grain of salt. Call me a decay, whatever you want to. Next week on May 20th, Nvidia is going to report earnings. Nvidia is going to knock the earnings out their park. They're going to be growing by 40%. 50, like Nvidia is going to knock their earnings per share is going to grow. All of that is going to grow. And what is going to happen? The stock is going to fall. I'm telling you right now, bro. And because you got to look at it like this, right? When you are LeBron, for all my sports fans, I got to break it down like this because this is the most easiest way for people to understand it. For all my sports fans, if you understand LeBron James, right? LeBron James is so great, and it's not the Jordan or LeBron bait. Y'all can do that in the comments, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm Jordan all day. Just, you know what I mean? Chop me up in the comments. But anyway, LeBron is so great. If he come out and drop a triple double, people like, okay, yeah, whatever. He could come out and drop a triple double, game winning three, but on a double team, and people gonna be like, well, he's LeBron. He was supposed to do that. So I say all of that to say that's how the market looks at Nvidia. If Nvidia knocks this earnings out the park, like they always do, like they're going to do again, the investors, we just like, okay, that's it. You dropped the triple double one and you want the championship back to back. Nigga, you're Nvidia. That's what you're supposed to do. So we're not going to be hype about that. And that's why you see the stock fall after earnings a lot. Because it's like when you're the greatest, when you're the best, when you're the number one, you don't get credit for doing phenomenal stuff because people expect that from you. You understand what I'm saying? So keep that in mind for any time you looking and you be like, yo, I don't understand. They beat earnings. Why this company? Because if the company beat earnings, most likely the investors knew the company was going to beat earnings. So when it happens and then it's only 10% earnings and they was expecting 20%. Like, you see what I'm saying? Now it's only growing 10% over the year and they was expecting 15%. Even the 10% growth is phenomenal. They still going to hold that against the company. So that's how the market looks at Nvidia. It's like damned if they do, damned if they don't. You know what I mean? But they going to knock them earnings out the park, but the stock still going to fall on that. I'm letting you know that right now. And also why? Because they the leader of the AI revolution. All the chips and all that, everything, they intertwined and everything. They invested in so many companies, and so many companies invested in them. All right. So another thing to watch out for next week: the big Fed transition. Kevin Walsh is officially in. The inflation cooled off. The market jumped. It's looking like we was in China. They saying it was successful, whatever the fuck that means. So the investors thinking Kevin Walsh gonna come in and chop these rates. However, we don't know because it's a split decision in the Fed. The Fed is split. After y'all just see me report, it was an 8-4 split decision last time on whether to cut the rates or not. So we don't know what's going to happen. So you pay attention to any news that come out the Fed this week. With Kevin Walsh officially being in position now, and the Fed is divided, it's going to be something to watch. It's like real life, look like real life drama show. So yeah, I mean, you definitely want to pay attention. But I'm gonna give y'all 3 stocks to watch for. This is the new joint I'm gonna do every time for the Financial Friday. I ain't just gonna give y'all information and wrap y'all head off. I'm gonna tell y'all 3 stocks to watch for, and I already talked about one of them. Number one, of course, is Nvidia, the big dog. Listen, when they report these earnings and the stock falls, just grab some shares of Nvidia, please. Put 10, $15 in it so you can get some exposure. Like this, Nvidia ran up so much, I'm thinking about just selling off and just waiting to get in again. Like, yeah, Nvidia is running up too crazy right now. But honestly, it might run up to $300 by the summertime. Like, but that's not financial advice. Do your own research, but you definitely want to be investing long term. Absolutely. My second stock to look for, and also if for all my new people out there, watch out for next week, May 20th. That's gonna be a lesson in volatility because you're gonna see how the market going to swing either way off of these Nvidia earnings. So that's gonna be a good lesson in volatility for all my new beginners out there. And my second stock, this is gonna be a good one. Amazon. Yo, Amazon quietly been in the background and they just reported some good stuff with all this AI stuff and all of these partnerships and Anthropic and yo, Amazon. And what I don't think people realize about Amazon is their retail and the Amazon ship get the shipping right to your door the next day. That's not their biggest. They're not. That's not their most profitable most profitable business. Their most profitable business is their web services, the AWS. Remember when that went down and nobody could order food and all of the other apps went down? We didn't realize how much people, these other companies rely on Amazon Web Services, and they are reporting great guidance. So Amazon is a company to watch for this week coming up. And my last stock to watch for, man, you gotta always be putting money in this. VOO, invest in the whole market so you could cover your ass in case of the pullback. All right, because just because the market at all-time highs don't mean it ain't gonna pull back. Even though I'm a firm believer is it ain't gonna get back to where it was a couple months ago, but it might get a little 5% pullback, and you know what I mean. But I think we're gonna have a good summer. I think the software and all this AI, I think is going to get us over the hump, at least for this year. Now, 2027 might be something to be worried about. But as far as this year, I think we're going to probably straddle the fence and probably make out just 6% up. You know what I mean? Just on a regular, like just a normal year. We just had to go through a lot of turmoil to get there. All right. So that's your financial Fridays for this week, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. You already know what time it is. Grab your free stock on the way out. Also, grab your financial freedom journal. Get your $100 from Allah. Open up your high yield savings account, and you already know what time it is, man. Let's go out here and get this money. See y'all next week. What's up? What's up, YouTube? Appreciate y'all, man. About to go on TikTok now for the other half hour. About to do the episode on PE ratios. If you don't know what a PE ratio is, you might want to jump over to TikTok. You know what I mean? Check it out. Or just wait for Sunday school. Appreciate y'all for being here.